I want to really talk to you, give you the opportunity because one of the things I really don't like and care for in this business is culture vultures. You know, the people who don't care about us. That's all they want to do is take, and don't want to give back. And I know a lot of times people try to rewrite history. It'd be great to do an interview with you and stand on the truth. And that's being said, since I've been gone over 10 years now. I know there have been a lot of questions about Death Row and how Death Row got started and who was a part of Death Row. And the thing is, when I started Death Row, nobody never gave me nothing but God. And I had to grind and get it, but I got it. And the FBI, every law enforcement investigated me, see if I did anything illegal, being black for somebody that really from Compton, instead of talking about they from Compton. So that's been said. If you look back, the name Death Row, I came up with that name. Not only did I come up with that name, when I decided to name the company Death Row, and when I was going through the process of being able to get the rights to call my company Death Row, it was another guy had Death Row also. But his was still like Def Jam. So I had to find that individual. I gave him like 10 grand to buy his company and was able to make the real Death Row Records. My little homie who I love to death, Hen Dog. Hen Dog drew the logo. Hen Dog, rest in peace. M.I. Peter Hen Dog. I know there's been a lot of stuff about Michael Harris and Lydia Harris has something to do with Death Row. It's not true. When I first met Lydia Harris, she came with my homie. It's like a brother of mine, Ryan Brown. She was looking for tracks because she wanted to be a singer. So Ryan Brown bring her by the studio. Said, Death Row was already up and going. A lot of songs was already done. And I had a group called the Convicts, 3-2 and Big Mike. All love in the world for those dudes. They was the ones who run the word Big Baby to our artists. They were signed to Rap A Lot. Lydia told me that her husband owns Rap A Lot. And he's in prison. I said, well, shit. If he got the Ghetto Boys, I want to buy Rap A Lot. At that point, I'm ready to go full steam to get Rap A Lot. I see Lil J at the Soul Train Awards outside. We push up on him. He tell me Michael Harris don't own Rap A Lot. He do. He said Michael Harris is a rat. So moving forward, when Michael Harris came in the picture and they want to do something with Death Row, I was talking to him through David Kenner. David Kenner told me the situation with him, that they didn't have any money. Matter of fact, they would have met with Jerry Heller behind my back to try to cut a deal to bring Dre back to Rufus. Moving forward, they signed a settlement. It was out the way. But more importantly, had a gag order. Well, they don't even supposed to talk about the shit. More importantly, the facts of it is this. When I came home, I talked to the lady Half Dead. She wanted to do an interview. So I did an interview with Half Dead. She said some things about Lydia. But me and Lydia cool. But some of the things she was saying, I said, I guess that's true. That's what people say. They took that and the fact that they have something to do with Death Row. They never served me not one subpoena. Never. My lawyers is they lawyers. Nobody showed up to court. They get $100 and some million judgment. $50 million was because Half Dead said that basically she couldn't sing. So I said, that what I heard too. So you get $50 million because somebody said you can't sing and you never had a record out?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Me and Lydia settled. I gave her $1 million. She settled it. It was over. Michael Harris gets involved with his attorney, and him and Lydia go at it, and he went to divorce her. At that point, Lydia Harris was still on board. Michael Harris wanted to talk to my lawyer and another lawyer. They went to go visit him in prison. When the lawyer came back, they had a letter. The letter read that Lydia Harris better stay down and let them do what they want to do, or she's going to be doing life like he doing life. And I'm looking crazy. The lawyer's looking crazy. And he continued to read. And he said, this letter's to Lydia, and make sure she knows this. So the lawyer read the letter that he wrote for Michael Harris. Michael Harris tells Lydia, the little Jewish kid that y'all stabbed to death and killed, I know what's up. Matter of fact, he said, I'm the one who told y'all to rob the little dude and torture him and get him to open the safe. So they torture the little kid. The little Jewish kid dies. The lady next door knows him. She's mad because of her son. Next thing you know, another young guy who they made the fall guy, he get pulled over in the little Jewish kid truck because they looking for him, for the kid, rather. It's blood all over the truck.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They take him in jail. They check the DNA. It's a little Jewish kid blood. He's a teenager. Now, the deal fell apart. But I already had a signed deal. I already paid the money. But I'm not going to go and tell on this dude before he won't get out of prison. So the lawyer said, well, look, let him come home and we'll fix it. I let him come home. Instead of fixing it, he did a campaign lying, saying that he started Death Row. He a co-founder of Death Row. He did operations with Death Row. Not only is that crazy, he don't know none of those people on there. He don't know nothing I did. So to take away my credibility of my hard work from doing All Eyes on Me, the best album ever, the Chronic, the Doggy Style, the Dog Pound, I can go on. These people have nothing to do with none of this stuff. But to turn around, and I kept at my end of the bargain. We ain't gonna say nothing. I took a shot in the belly for it. But everybody committed bankruptcy fraud. But at the same time, even after he was going around saying, oh, I'm with Trump, oh, I'm over here, I'm over there, and people in his camp were saying, look, man, he did the honorable thing and didn't mention the fact that you told your wife and the next person to kill this little Jewish kid. Now you shooting him in the back. Because if he would have put the evidence in hand what the lawyers want to do, everybody be in prison, and he'd still have a $700 million company. So by saying that, Michael Harris, and they all make jokes about it, including with the lawyers, well, Trump won't be mad. It's not a white kid. It's a Jewish kid. It's still a teenager. And I got respect for Jewish people because a lot of my friends and a lot of my attorneys been Jewish. Just imagine what they would do to take from a black man. They'll overlook somebody torturing, killing a Jewish teenager kid try to rob him or got the money from him, turned back around and used that to mess up with my case and my company. Then turned back around not too long ago and said, hey, I'm good friends with the new DA. Tell Suge, apply me some bread. I'll tell the new DA they're honoring his appeal. I do got a habeas in court. I want to win because I deserve to win. I'm not going to pay this dude or nobody else no money to talk to the new DA to let me go. And if he got that much power, that much influence for them to not let me go, oh well. I'm gonna believe in good. I'm gonna believe in God and stand on right. But that's all I'm gonna say about that situation. But the crazy thing about this is that there's no real lawyers out there. I had one decent black attorney in my whole career, and that was Johnny Cochran. Every other black attorney is cold pieces of shit. To the point where there was a guy named Thaddeus Culpepper. This dude was not only was he working with the DA, not only did I not hire this guy, who they brung to me, this guy stole money from his own family trust account. He stole $1 million of somebody's check he put in his own account and went to prison for that. But at the same time, he took money from our people. He took jewelry from our people. And he's working with the DA. And when they was recording him going undercover,
you have 60 seconds remaining.
And you can hear the recording for yourself. He was high off crack cocaine for 2 days and weed. Then he told me Fletcher was working with the DA. And I knew Fletcher since we was kids, junior high school. It was only 5 Bloods at that school. It was us 5. Then when I got a new attorney to get a declaration from either both of them, Culpepper says Fletcher only want to fuck any woman attorney. They don't care about doing a declaration unless they have sex with them. Or Culpepper do some slick shit. So what I was saying on that point with Culpepper, Fletcher, another dude named Porter. Porter got everything from my civil case. Talked to the Harris, and somebody know the Harris, took some bread and sold me out. On top of that, some of the best attorneys who's black, that's all they do is get drunk, do drugs, and they don't like black men. So they sell us out down the river. They only make 5%. Well, it's only 5% of black attorneys. The men make 3%. Reason why all us black men getting so much time, because we don't have nobody that look like us who's going to fight for us. And that's really important, to the point where you got some of the biggest main attorneys, even civil attorneys. They really works for the white attorneys. These men have what you call, most of them are Q. I'm from the West Coast where it's Kappa's at. They Q dogs. All these guys get together because they frat brothers and they mess over the people. And if I was coming home a single guy, I'd just mess with all the attorney wives. Because when they talk about their wife at home, it's crazy. They get to the point where saying, hey, even the biggest names you've seen on TV, they be like, I don't like my daughter because my daughter reminds me too much of my wife, and my wife is ugly to me. Well, you should have married a better bitch. But shit, I'd tag it if I was single. But enough of the negativity. Even though it's true, it's still negative. I just want to set the record straight and tell you and shoot straight from the hip. Michael Harris is a fake ass nigga. Period. Every person want to take away that what I built and what Death Row stood for. Death Row stood for black owned. Death Row stood for the West Coast and everybody in the West Coast. Death Row was about growing, even communicating with other states. But when it was all said and done, it was brought down by jealousy. It wasn't.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It was built on hard work and talent. There's some guys that I know that just recently somebody talked to Rick Ross. Well, I don't know if it's called Rick Ross because I know the real Rick Ross. Titty Man. They talked to Titty Man. And this particular guy is a drug dealer. He stated he gave money to Death Row. Then Titty Man repeats it. These are people that, they're not my enemies, but you know we not from the same neighborhood, so you know you ain't gonna give me nothing and I ain't gonna want nothing from you. But that's like constantly trying to dirty a good success story. You want to make it seem like a black man can't build a company unless it was done with illegal money. And that's not true. So when it's all said and done, these people knew the truth. That Michael Harris called the hit on a teenager Jewish kid, and they all participated in killing him. And they used that information to mess up my settlement deal. That's the most, I don't even know no words for it. You can't say I'm telling on the motherfucker because I gave him the opportunity to get out and fix it. You can't say I'm telling on him because he is the 137. They down with the FBI. I'm always taking the loss, but I never lose the fact that who I am and who God made me. Whatever you want to ask me, it's on the table to be asked. Because I can sit in the room with anybody. It's a pleasure to be able to talk to you. And it's the facts of Titty Man running around with all these little extras. I'm not a rapper, so I'm not going to talk bad about the man, Ricky, or whatever you want to call his name. But I do stand for Tupac. He's not here to defend himself. I just recently heard him saying, all eyes on me, all eyes in the coffin, clown and pot. It's not surprising because you Puffy boy. At least you was. One thing about Puffy, I've been knowing Puffy probably more long than most of any of these people here. We didn't hang out together, we didn't talk together, we didn't never party together. If a person drinks, if a person is an alcoholic, he gonna hang with alcoholics. If a person do drugs, he gonna hang with people who do drugs. If Puffy going up in y'all and y'all going up in him, y'all gonna hang with y'all circle. It is so deep when it comes to this. I had preachers, Noel Jones. They won't pay attention to me that much. They gonna put their time into Puffy and go to Puffy house. I can ask one of these guys to pray for me. They say you don't need prayer. I can ask TDJ for a handshake. He wouldn't give it to Suge Knight. But we know what he give Puffy. One thing about this shit, the universe is changing. It's coming to the point where people can't hide anymore. But you know, like I said, it's your show. It's always great to support another black man. So I'm here to answer with any questions you want to ask. One more thing. Attorney Jasmine is definitely a great attorney and honest.